Good morning. How are you? You were sleeping in the sun. You done now? You coming downstairs? Sagan has, he's been behind that curtain, so all the sun is just like focused on him. You were liking that, huh? I had to do some work upstairs this morning. Still don't have the computer set up, but I had to at least get the laptop out, so I had the laptop out and then I was clicking a lot of buttons. The other thing that was a little difficult is I couldn't get the stream box and the MacBook to see each other, and I couldn't figure out why, and then eventually I got it. It was that the stream box, since it was hooked up to a new network, Windows was like, this is a new network, we don't know if it's a private network, so we're going to make it public, where file sharing is just turned off by default. It didn't tell me it was doing that, so I was like, why can't the devices talk? But we got there. Oh, I turned it. Whoop! Kitty cat. Sagan. You coming down? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, hello everyone, and welcome to Saturday. My primary computer, the MacBook, and the Streambox have to talk because whenever we do breakfast stream, I grab the VODs off of there, put them on my MacBook to do any sort of editing, which is usually just cutting off the timer and anything at the end, and then posting them to YouTube. So I took care of that, and I got to upload my first thing, which was exciting. And the file was 5 gigs. That's how big the breakfast stream VOD going up to YouTube was. And it took 3 minutes. And I was like, that's awesome. That's fantastic. And that's not even running at full speed because that's only doing Wi-Fi. And the Wi-Fi is not max speed. It goes pretty fast, but it's not max speed. Mal's Wi-Fi in here is
not as good.
Well, it's also spotty.
Yeah.
It's pretty consistent in this room. It's in the other room. It is spotty. Like in the guest room, it's like in and out. But here, sometimes the speeds are like 100 or so. And sometimes they're like 10 or less. So I'm having Mal write down, like do speed tests like 2 or 3 times a day, and then write down the speeds to see what the changes are. And then we have a router that I'm going to install because I talked to Jeff and he said, honestly, it comes down to the fact that the modem that the ISP gave us is not great. And it doesn't have any external antenna, which is probably not helping either. Like all the antenna are internal, so it can't be doing that good of a job. But we have our own router. So at some point I'll hook that up and then we'll compare for a while and we'll see how it does. And the router that we have may not be sufficient for this place either. I don't know, but we'll work at it from there. We've had to run out like every single day since we've moved in. Did we have to go anywhere yesterday? I don't know. Everything's kind of a blur. Today we don't have to ride out very long, but we need to go get a piece of wood. Mel needs a piece of wood because she wants to work on doing her backdrop today, which requires putting grommets in her fabric or whatever it is. And she needs a block of wood to do that. So I don't know what that's about. That's her thing. But we're going to go to the hardware store to get a block of wood. And otherwise, just, keep putting stuff away. I want to get my computer set up today because tonight is game night, and I want to at least be set up for game night. And then the other thing is we want to take that couch and haul it upstairs because ultimately I want a couch upstairs, and we might just use that one. We might just use that couch, get a new couch for down here, and it could be a new design. It could be the same design because we really like that couch. It's modern, it's comfortable. One of the things that I really like is that the base of it, where you sit, is really deep. Because a lot of times that's a problem, where it's not deep enough. But that couch has been really good, and I've really liked it. So we might just get another one, which would be fine. So I got to get that upstairs to test that, and then I want to build at least one game shelf today. More would be better, but at least one. So that's the agenda. It's already in the afternoon, so it's not that we've lost a little time, it's that we were up a little late, but you know, I think it'll be another pretty productive day. So remind me again why we need wood?
For the grommet kit.
Oh.
So I'm hoping they have like little cookies or something. I don't need this much wood.
But think of all the things we could do if we had that much wood.
With what? Do what?
I don't know. We could make a skateboard.
Oh.
So I forgot my camera in that last clip because I don't have a spot for my camera bag yet. I've just been keeping it like over there on top of the dresser, and I forgot to take it. I mean, I shot the last clip with my phone, so it was fine, but like, it's very unlike me, and I think it's just because I don't have a spot for my camera yet. So we've been up here building this thing, and this is one of the shelves that's going to go here in the corner, and we got to just put the actual shelves on it now, right?
You gotta decide if you want to put the feet on it or not.
The feet?
Mm-hmm. It has feet.
Well, it's on carpet.
I know, that's why I'm wondering.
So, no?
Okay.
I don't see why we would need them.
Yeah. It just raises it up a little bit. Because I put them under the shelf.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think we'll need them. These shelves are, I think, the best that we can possibly do for getting the most games for the least amount of money. I sent out a message on Twitter, a tweet, if you will, asking for advice to see what other people have bought, and I got a few responses. One of the ones that was recommended was this, and this is Sauter O'Sullivan. I think it's called Sauter O'Sullivan Cherry Oak something or other. I'll put a link to that in the description so you can check that out for yourself. And from my research, from the recommendations I got, and then the research I did on my own, and then comparing everything, I think this is just about the best you can do if you want to predominantly display your like DVDs or games or whatever for the least amount of money. It's kind of hard to beat this. This is a really, really good deal. Now, a better deal, if you're not limited by wall space, would probably be the Billies from IKEA. But the downside to that is that you have to have an IKEA close because you have to go get them. If you get those delivered, they're going to be pretty expensive depending on how far away you live from the IKEA. The Billies are $69, and they can hold, if you do 8 shelves, they'll hold 50 DVD cases per shelf, so 400 games. If you're willing to double stack them, like we've done in the past, it'll hold 800 games. Obviously, you won't be able to see half of them, but you could theoretically hold 800. This one will hold, I think, 250 DVDs. A little more Blu-rays because Blu-rays are a bit thinner. But these were $50. So for the amount of space that we have, this is basically the best that we could possibly do. So if you are in a spot where you also need low shelves, I'll put this in the description because that was what my research was for. If I had full-size shelves, I would have just used the Billies because the Billies are great. But if you have a spot in your home where you have short shelves, or short walls rather, then this is probably your best bet. But this is the first one. Building shelves is always a pain in the butt. We should have it up in just a few minutes.
This is also the most humorous manual.
It is!
They have a sense of humor.
It is!
Because in the manual, they're like, make sure you set up the parts so you know which pieces are which, like which ones are A, B, C. And it says, now you know our ABCs. And they also tell you to get snacks.
Yeah, there was one part of the manual where it was like, it had a pretzel on the page. And it was like, don't forget snacks.
It said some assembly required and snacks.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad they have a sense of humor. So my opinions of these shelves are...
S.
My opinions of the shelves are that they are very $50. And like, if you know that going into it, there shouldn't be any huge surprises. If you're expecting something nicer, you'll be disappointed. Again, if you have the space, Billies are $20 more, $49 to $69. So like, If you have the space, it's worth it. Unless you want something that's not as deep, because the Billies are pretty deep. These fit this
like,
sort of stuff perfectly.
If you had Billies, you can do this. That's how deep a Billy is.
Yes. So that's another thing to consider, because like not everyone's going to want that, you know?
Yeah, I do like the low profile.
Yeah.
It's not very deep.
Yeah, I like that too. So pros and cons, but if you're in a situation where you have the ceiling creeping down on you, these are good, and I'll put them in the description box down below. And then also, I don't remember if I put the link to the Atlantic storage tower that's holding the N64 games, so I'll put that down also.
That's also very good.
That is. For the price. It's a similar situation where, like, it's not well built, but, you know, as long as you're careful with it, it'll survive.
Ours has survived 2 moves, too.
Yeah, so it's been around. And then the other thing is that it perfectly holds every N64 game in a universal game case. So it's like you can buy a pack of 300 game cases, that shelf, and then work on collecting N64, and you have a perfect spot to put them. So that's kind of nice too. So I haven't done a great job of showing it and talking about it, but we have yet to actually make like a dinner here at the new place because we haven't had to. My mom has been cooking dinner for us, and it's been really fantastic. I have amazing parents, and they're very caring people. And we were talking about how we wanted to focus on like getting the kitchen set up, even though there's a bunch of other things to do. And my mom was like, "That's crazy." She's like, "You have so much going on. You have so much stuff to put away and work on." She said, "Just come over for dinner. It's no problem to feed you." And I appreciate it. And we've actually been doing that. And it's been really nice because I was so tired of eating out. You can only eat out so many times before you feel ill. And it's nice to have home-cooked meals and then also to enjoy the comfort of my family. So that's a huge advantage to living close to your parents. I know that everyone's situation is different. Some people maybe don't get along well with their parents. I fortunately do very well, and it's always a joy to see them and hang out with them. And I'm so appreciative of the fact that they've been feeding Mal and I dinner for the past few days, and they'll probably continue for a few more days, just because there's still so much to do. As has been the case for the last few days, I don't get as much done every day as I would like, which is unfortunate. But we did do pretty good today. Pretty good. We picked up the thing for the grommets, although Mal didn't actually get to it. But we got the shelves up. Now the goal had been like, oh, I'm going to get that desk up and we're going to do Saturday game night. That didn't happen. Of course that didn't happen. Let me turn the fan off in case that's too loud. So the desk, if you want to call it that, is just me putting my laptop on the coffee table. And we did technically kind of do game night. Game night happened. It's just we didn't record a game. We just chatted while we put stuff together. But check it out, guys. Look at that. That's 3 of the 6 shelves. So that's halfway down the wall. And now I'm wondering if we measured correctly. I mean, Mal's the one that told me, so I assume that she's right. She's generally right. I guess that'll fit. I think it'll just barely fit. But this is GameCube. This is just GameCube. So from here to there is the entire North American collection. That's what we collected while we were in Japan for the Japanese exclusives. And then those are the Player's Choice titles, which we have about half of. So, yeah, God, there's a lot of video games. These shelves actually hold a little bit more than I thought. They don't hold 50. They hold closer to like 52. So instead of 250, that would be like 260. But then also, you can fit 52 more on top. So they actually realistically hold closer to like 300, which is helpful. So that'll hold like 900 games, which is good. And that's just scratching the surface of what's here and what we have. At some point in the near future, we're going to try and get the other 3 shelves up and then put stuff on them and fill those up. But we are going to run out of room. So I gotta figure something out. We're gonna have to put a Billy somewhere with the intention of storage, like where it's just loaded up with stuff as storage. And I'm not sure, because I'm not exactly sure how much clearance I have. But if I have enough clearance, I might put one there. Not entirely certain, but if it fits next to the window, I might do that. Because that'll actually hold a bunch of other stuff, and that'd be pretty helpful. But yeah, we didn't get as far as we wanted, but we tried. Tomorrow I'm gonna try and get these boxes out of here. I got to get a desk up here. Again, the desk is a misnomer because what I'm doing is I'm just bringing up a folding table. We ordered some stuff from Amazon last night that we knew we needed for the house, and we want to get some stuff from IKEA, but IKEA has a hefty delivery fee, and it's still cheaper than renting a truck and going to do it yourself, but it also means that you have to make sure you buy everything you want at once. You can't forget a few things and then later be like, oh, I need these too, because then you're going to pay that delivery fee again. So we're still trying to figure out exactly what we want to buy, but every day we get closer. The only thing that's starting to really wear on me is that, like, I haven't worked. You know what I mean? Like, I uploaded a bunch of stuff before we moved, and I was able to, I'm able to schedule that while we're here, but I'm going to run out of stuff soon. So I have to, like, get back to recording. And also, I understand that I'm working on the house and getting my life back together, but I feel like I have to work, proper work. Like, I need to record some stuff or edit some vlogs. Like, I get a little stir crazy, and that's definitely starting to happen. So, yeah. I don't know exactly when I'm going to be able to get back to work, but God, I hope it's tomorrow, because I need some semblance of normalcy in my life, and right now there's none, and I got to fix that. Yeah. Sorry if that's rambly. It's kind of just a state of affairs of my brain and the house, and that's just kind of how it's going to be for a little bit. Overall, though, things are good. I really like this place. Like, in such a short amount of time, I really feel home. I really do. Like, I'm like, this is home. This is home. And it's getting there, and it's going to take a little more work. But it does. It feels like this is a place I could live for a long time, and we might. And I'm really, really happy about that. I have a feeling that I didn't really ever feel at our last place. And that's a nice change. Because when you live in a place, you really want it to feel like it's yours, like it's home. And this place is actually starting to feel like that, and that means a lot to me. It's a hard emotion to explain, but it's so meaningful and powerful. And I can't wait to fix it up and get it just how we need it, and get back to work. That'll be nice. All right, folks, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for making it through my ramblings. And let's be back tomorrow, shall we, for more building and potentially just a few more ramblings.
In the sky.